Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Toolbox Virtual Studio. Thank you so much for making the time to come and move and breathe and flow with us in the middle of the day. We really appreciate any moment to chance we get to connect. So in this week's episode of My Chakras, and more importantly, why you should care about chakras, we're going to be looking at the second chakra, which is our Sacral Chakra. And the way I got introduced to this chakra was last year I experienced an ectopic pregnancy, and that is when the baby is growing outside of the uterus, and mine happened to be growing in my right fallopian tube. And it has to be removed surgically, and when my gynecologist went in, she discovered that I actually had fibroids in my uterus. And some fun facts: 1% of women go through an ectopic pregnancy, 40% of women actually will have a uterine fibroid. The two are not correlated. It just so happened that I experienced both of these things. The interesting thing is, for me, well, not interesting, as I said, 40% of women have it, and the general cure or remedy is to have them surgically removed, which I was all good for, but the little snag for me was that when I was speaking to my gynecologist and other doctors in Western medicine around, so there's such a high prevalence of women who have fibroids. What's this thing about? How do you get them? And also, more importantly, you get them and they can go back. So I needed to understand like the root cause, because the surgery is quite invasive. It takes 6 weeks to recover. And so I needed to understand, how did I get here? And more importantly, how can I make sure that this doesn't happen again? And I didn't really get much answer. And where I did get help was through traditional Chinese medicine as well as Ayurveda. And they understand the body in a different way. And one of the ways that lenses that the body is understood is also through chakras. And we explained and we spoke about chakras last week, because that is the subtle body energy. And so it's this link between our physical body and our emotional body. And so my introduction to my sacral chakra came about that way, because the sacral chakra is located about 3 fingers underneath your belly button, above your genital and sexual organs. And so its very location makes it kind of obvious that imbalances or disruptions in this chakra area or energy system will show up or physically manifest in our reproductive system, in our genital organs. And so fibroids, endometriosis, painful periods, infertility, as well as kidney things tend to be the physical manifestation of an imbalance in our sacral chakra. And the very world that we live in kind of sets us up for it. What I've learned is the sacral chakra is all about connection. It's all about creativity. It's about sensuality. It's about pleasure. And it's about emotions. And so we live in a world where emotions are not really seen as an intelligence, and especially for us as women, when we're not encouraged, or no one's encouraged to be incredibly emotional or passionate about anything. And so there's this suppression or repression of emotions and feelings and everything else that goes with those energies. And so what we find is 40% of women having fibroids. And so for me, the good news, or what I'm really happy to be able to share this practice and to share the knowledge with us, because there are things that we can do, there are things that we can eat, there are thoughts that we can think, there are foods that we can eat, there are colors that we can wear that can help us to begin to restore the balance, to begin to tap into the sacral energy. And so that's what my class is going to be focused on today, just having us kind of connect with this chakra. So those are the poses that we're going to be doing within a flow. And so yeah, this is from my heart to yours, and you're going to need a block or a thickish book. And actually, before I forget, so this is a reference that I've used over the time, over this past year, and it's called Woman's Body, Woman Wisdom, and it's by Dr. Christine Northrup, and it basically just is, yeah, about our bodies, about the wisdom, about the ways in which places in which we get stuck, imbalances, and things that we can do to start to reconnect with ourselves, with our bodies, and with our emotions. So with all of that said, please come to lie on your back with the soles of your feet together, knees butterflying open. So this is Supta Baddha Konasana. I will be the voice in your ears, and more will be doing the practice. Enjoy. So you come to your back. The soles of the feet are together. Your head is relaxing back behind you. The palms are gently down by the side, or you can place the palms to sit on your sacral chakra, so connecting just at the base of your belly. The breath is steady, the breath is even, it's long, strong, deep, and in and out your nose. A breath that tells us that we've got nothing to worry about. It reassures us that we are safe. There's nothing to run from. There's nothing to fight. We can stay here, we can breathe, and we can allow ourselves to experience this experience. Slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. So when we're talking about the sacral chakra, the Sanskrit name is Tadasana. Its element is water. Its color is orange. Its rights are to feel and to want. The endocrine gland are the ovaries and the testicles. The physical association is the womb, the genitals, the kidney, and the bladder. And the psychological function is movement and connection. Its identity is emotions. So in today's practice, we will try and invoke the feeling of water, that sense of flow, finding the path of least resistance. Just allowing the breath to guide our movement. Take 2 more deep breaths here, inhaling through the nose. And opening the mouth out to gently sigh the breath out. Again, taking a breath in through the nose. And opening the mouth to gently sigh the breath out. So bringing the hands to rest gently by the side, palms are facing up. We're going to start to find movement and matching our movement with our breath. So you're going to inhale, legs stay open. No, so palms stay down on the floor. So inhale, legs are open. Exhale, draw knees together. So it's keeping everything on the back, just starting to work into the hips, into the base of the body. Inhale, flutter the knees open, nice and wide. Exhale, draw knees together. Inhale, the fluttering of the knees open. Exhale, drawing the knees together. We're going to do our last one just like this. Inhale to flutter the knees open. Exhale to draw the knees together. The next time you open your knees, send your arms all the way back behind you. So inhale, reach arms back behind you, flutter the knees open.
On the exhale, we're starting to work into the core. Draw knees together, draw nose up to the knees, arms on either side of the knees, find a crunch. So working into the base of the belly. Inhale, gently lowers head back, arms reach back, knees flutter open. Exhale, draw the knees to the nose, knees together, arms on either side, crunch. Inhale, find that opening. Exhale, draw it in. So starting to bring heat and warm up into the base. Inhale, opening. So foods that we can eat that really work, keep going with your breath, that work with our sacral energy is ginger. So having ginger, finding that sense of warmth. So that place likes to stay warm and cozy. You've got one more, palms reaching back, flatten knees open, breath in. Come up and hold, knees together, arms on either side of the legs, fingertips reaching forward. Cross the ankles over the one another. One hand to each foot, top of the foot. Push the foot into the hand into the foot, and roll yourself up to a seated position, cross-legged. So we transition and we come to find a seated position. Make yourself nice and comfortable. So some more, yeah. So actually stay facing to the side. So we're going to do cat-cow. So you want to find your tallest spine. What I do here is just gently bring the palms out, lengthen up, stacking your hips and shoulders in one line, keeping your chin at neutral. That means we're not looking up, nor are we looking down. Chin is steady and parallel to the floor. So bringing the hands onto the knees, that's the only thing that's shifting. I want you to keep your chin at parallel so that we're really working into the spine. Inhale, lift the chest and push like the belly out. So find that curve into your back. Exhale, draw belly into spine, round the shoulder blades away from one another. So keep the chin at neutral. Don't tuck chin into chest. Yes, there it is. Yeah, it's different. Inhale, we're just moving the spine. Chest comes forward. Exhale, chin stays at neutral, round through the back so that the back takes the movement. Inhale, come forward. There it is. Exhale, take it back. Find the roundness into the spine. You've got 3 more. Breath in. Breath out. So moving, breath-directed movement. Inhale, that sense of expansion, lengthening, opening. Exhale, that sense of softening, releasing, creating space. Last one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, come to neutral spine. Again, sitting up as tall as possible, hands staying on the knees. Exhale, palms start to walk out in front of the shins. Come into a forward fold. So legs are crossed and we're coming into a forward fold. So you walk your hands out as far as possible. Then you tuck your chin in towards your chest. Stay up on the fingertips. So some of you can move the block so they can see. Stay up on the fingertips. So the palms are not touching the floor. So you feel a sense of lengthening underneath the armpit, creating space. Your chin's tucking in towards your chest. So the back of the neck is nice and long, lengthening from the base of your tailbone. Breathe. That slow breath, strong, deep, even long breath. That reminds us that we're safe. Nothing to run from, nothing to hide from. We can show up for this experience. Take one more deep, full breath in here. Now plant your hands into the floor as you exhale. Using as if you're drawing, but more energetically, drawing palms towards you. Draw the body forward and come onto your hands and knees. So transitioning into tabletop. With tabletop, your knees are underneath your hips, tops of your feet are flat onto the floor. Take a breath in and then sit your hips back towards your heels. So sitting back here, if this is not comfortable, feel free to bring a pillow or something to sit in between the hips and the heels. Or bottom of the feet. So depending on where you're feeling the sensation. So coming to sit on your heels. On the inhale, you're going to lift the hips up off the heels, right arm comes up. So inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, reach right arm back, chin follows for that right heel. Come back up, reach that arm up as you breathe in. Exhale, sit right hand onto the knee as you sit the hips back towards the heel. Left side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach that arm back for the heel. Look all the way back behind you. Inhale, reach that palm up. Back through center. Exhale, sit back down, hand onto your knee, right side. Keep moving. Breath in. Exhale, reach back, look back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, sit down. So try not bend the elbow, keep it open. Inhale, reach back, exhale. Lift the arm, so make a circle as you breathe in. Sit back down, breath out. Last side, right side. We're breathing in, reaching back on the breath out, reaching up on the inhale. Exhale down, left side, reaching up, reaching back as we breathe out. Reach back up on the inhale. And settle both hands onto the knees. Take a breath in here. Full breath out. Your next inhale, reach both arms up. Lift the hips up. Inhale. Hands onto the floor underneath the shoulders for tabletop. Exhale. Your belly is going to drop. Your chin and your heart are going to lift up for cow. One breath in. Toes to the floor. Push back, downward facing dog. One breath out. Arrive in down dog. Push your palms into the floor. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. Send your chest back towards your thighs. Chin tucks in towards the chest, either looking to your belly button, back of your mat, or your toes. Tailbone keeps lengthening towards the ceiling. And the head is soft, it's heavy, it's kind of a symbol of us. Think of it as a symbol of you stepping out of your thinking mind and coming into your feeling body. Allow yourself to feel sensations, emotions. Notice what it feels like to be here. Take one more inhale and exhale. So we're going to start with small waves. Come up on your toes as you breathe in. Lower your knees to the floor, tabletop on the breath out. Drop the belly, lift the chin, tops of the feet are flat. That's the inhale. Toes to the floor, push back, downward facing dog. That's the exhale. We're going to keep moving. Up on our toes, we breathe in. Knees to the floor, we breathe out. Belly drops, chin and tailbone lift. We inhale. Toes to floor, push back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Like water. Up on our toes, we're breathing in. Knees to floor, we're breathing out. Belly drops, chin lifts, we're inhaling. Push back, downward facing dog, we're exhaling. This is the last one. Move with your breath and see if you can find that ujjayi breath, constriction in the back of the throat, that sense of water, ocean sound. Exhale, push back, we'll meet in downward facing dog. 3 breaths, inhaling, exhaling. So really finding comfort here, making this pose your own, because this is our back to base. This is where we come back. This is where we reset, we reboot, we recommit to the breath and to ourselves and to the practice. You can also do the same in child's pose, knees nice and wide, big toes touching, and center of the forehead to touch the floor. So giving yourself what you need when you need it. I may not always call for the break, but know that you can always take it. So this is part of becoming emotionally intelligent, allowing ourselves to feel and listening to our feelings and treating them as an intelligence and valid. One more breath in. Last breath out. Eyes to hands, we inhale, and then stepping each foot behind each wrist on the exhale. So sitting ourselves up for a forward fold with our feet hip width distance apart. Grab opposite hand with opposite elbow. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Allow each bicep to frame the face. So that's what we're creating. I like to keep my knees bent here, and especially if you lock your legs out, have hyperextension, allow your knees to bend here. Allow the chest to sit on top of the thighs and the head to be as heavy as possible. And then the last part to this pose is shifting the weight from out of the heels and into the front of the feet. So shifting weight forward so you feel beautiful, Sandy. Nice, Mama Nomusa. That sense of spilling over and out. Nice, Zama, Sazi. You're doing great, guys. Keep coming back to the breath. Slow, steady, even long breaths that support you being here and experiencing this experience. Defenses are down. Breath is up. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, allow the fingertips to reach towards the floor. So you're completely folding forward. Really tuck chin in towards the chest, and vertebra by vertebra, start to roll yourself all the way up to stand. Exhale, lift the chin from the chest, roll the shoulders back. Find your Tadasana. We can toe heel our feet to touch. If you're not at the top of your mat, you want to be nearest to the shorter end. Big toes are touching. Heels can be slightly separated if you feel as if you're standing on a tight rope. Tuck your tailbone slightly in. So this is where we get to engage with the root chakra, that base. Draw the lower belly up and in. So starting to work into our sacral chakra. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. The chin stays at neutral. So you're rooting through the hips downwards into the feet. You're lifting also from the hips up into the crown of the head. Your next inhale reaches arms all the way up, palms to touch. That's the breath in. Keep hands together, draw hands to heart center. That is the breath out. Palms are going to reach back up together on the inhale. Keep the palms connected. And then brush the thumb through the center of the forehead, nose as you fold forward. So fold forward, you're drawing like a center line from the body down towards the floor. Halfway lift, bring the fingertips onto the shins or lightly touching the floor as you lengthen through the base of the back. Exhale, deep fold, nose all the way down towards your toes. Take a deep step back with the left leg. Inhale, so right foot is forward, left leg is back. Exhale, drop left knee to the floor. On your next breath in, lift the chest and the arms. So inhale, we're stacking the arms of the shoulders above the hips. Arms are in line with one another and in line with the ears. Right ankle and left ankle are in one line. Stabilize here, find your balance, really engage through your belly, through your core. We're going to inhale here. And then on the exhale, start to send right knee past right big toes, lunging forward, opening up into the hip flexor. Take an inhale, feel a sense of lengthening through side body. Keeping your knee where it is, on the exhale, send the shoulders and the head all the way back or as far back behind you. So we're in crescent lunge here. We're going to hold this for 4 breaths, in through the nose and out. So trying not to dunk into our lower back. Each inhale, an opportunity to lengthen the center of the chest up. And then exhale with the space. We see if we can move the shoulders and the head a little further back. So in yoga, we either use the breath to move us deeper into the pose, or you can use it to hold you where you are. Whichever you choose, you've got one more inhale. Finding your personal edge on the exhale. Come back up through center as we breathe in. Hands to the floor, either side of the right foot on the breath out. Push back, high plank. Step right foot back, lift left knee up. So straight line here, we breathe in, lowering our knees, our chin and our chest to the floor, keeping elbows close to the body as possible. Exhale. Shift hips forward, tops of the feet are flat. Push up, cobra on the breath in. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. You're in downward facing dog. Reboot station, reset, recommit. 2 breaths, in through the nose and out. Deep breath in through the nose and out. Preparing to move, eyes forward, look where you're going. You inhale. On the exhale, step the right foot forward. and bring the left foot to sit parallel to the edge of the mat. So we're coming to warrior two. Right foot steps between the feet and you spin and open yourself up. Right arm is reaching forward, left arm is reaching back. Take a moment here to stabilize. Right ankle, right knee in one line, hips and shoulders in one line. Right arm, left arm in right line. So to look back at that left hand, it tends to sit higher than the right. Yes, so bring the palms into one line. Draw awareness into that left outer edge of the foot. Ground the baby toes into the floor. Yes! Do you see how that allows you to lunge a little deeper? So we're here in Virabhadrasana 2, which is our warrior 2 pose. Very powerful, strong pose. Really find your center, draw that belly up and in. You've got one more inhale here. Exhale, starting to move. Front leg straightens, reach palms up above you to touch. That's your breath in. Warrior 2, come back into your lunge, look past right fingertips. That's your breath out. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, warrior 2, open. So here, I want you on the inhale to bring awareness into, so reach up. So that's your belly, nice and tall. Exhale, keep the length as you drop into your hips. Yes, warrior 2. Last one, inhale, lengthen up. Warrior 2, drop open and reach. Inhale, front leg straightens, reach up. This time, keeping the front leg straight, open the arms, look past the right fingertips. We're sitting ourselves up for triangle. On your next breath in, reach right fingertips past right toes. When you feel like you've got no more space, exhale, right hand comes down either in front of the ankle, the calf, the knee, the thigh. Left fingertips up towards the ceiling. If your neck allows, look to the top hand. If it doesn't, look down towards your right fingertips. Left leg is straight, right leg is straight. Nice, Sandy. Straighten your back as much as possible. Imagine a wall behind you and open your hips up towards the front side body. One more inhale here. We're transitioning into side angle. Right knee bends. Right, left arm stays up. So with that left arm, you can keep it lengthening up, or if you'd like to, reach left fingertips up and over left ear, and you're gazing underneath that left armpit. If you're going for the reach, imagine this long line of energy from the outer left heel, traveling up through left side body, up through side body, past your rib cage, out through your fingertips. One body. Breathing, moving, feeling. Resist all urges to check out. Keep checking back in. How do you feel? One more inhale. Transition, both hands on the inside of that right foot. Turn the back toes to face forward. So we're now in lizard. We're working into the hips, really into that sacral energy. If you'd like to, you can bring a block or a thick book to sit underneath your hands, or come up onto the fingertips of your palms. Keep extending an awareness into that back foot. Don't let that knee come to the floor. Shine the back of the knee up towards the ceiling. You've got one more breath in. So Zama, I want you to focus on lengthening your spine rather than rounding. Send your collarbone forward. Yes, beautiful transition. We've got one more inhale here. Back knee comes to the floor. Exhale. So feel free to stay here on your palms, or if you'd like to go deeper into the pose, you can bring the forearms either to that block or the book or to the floor. And now, if your forearms are on the floor, you can round the chin in towards the chest and just allow yourself to experience this deep opening into the hip flexor. This is also known as runner's lunge. So for all my runners, yep, Zama, I know you should be feeling this. This one is dedicated to you to find a little bit more space and opening into that hip flexor, into the joint, into that sacral region. Breathe. And so when we're working with the sacral chakra, questions we're asking ourselves is, do I love my body? Do I feel my body? Do I allow myself to feel pleasure? What am I passionate about? How do I express my passion? Breathe. One more inhale here. And exhale. Transition. If the elbows and the forearms on the floor, come back up onto the hands. We'll all meet here. So our hands are onto the floor. So our next inhale, you're going to keep the left hand down and you're going to lift the right arm and the left knee up. So coming into a twist. If this is too much for you, feel free to keep that left knee down. You want to stack your shoulders one on top of the other, if you can imagine what it looks like behind your back. So really rotating that left shoulder underneath the right. Gaze to that top hand. You've got one more breath in. And then option to bring that foot, left knee down onto the floor. So some more. We're going to show two different transitions. We're transitioning into side plank. So keeping that left hand down, you're going to lift the right leg up and reach for the top of the right foot. That's if you bring the knee down. For those of us who are not bringing the knee down, keep that left leg down, rotate, and we just step and stack. Right foot on top of the left. You can keep that right foot on top, or you can bring the foot to the inner thigh, or lift right leg up. If you're on the knee, your right hand is grabbing the right foot and you're opening. Hold. One more breath in, one more breath out. Everybody with control, whether you are foot onto knee onto the floor or not, you're going to bring that right foot back. So bring right hand down onto the floor. Step right foot outside of right hand. Land. Yes, there it is. Right back, full circle. Don't dunk, keep sending collarbone forward. Inhale here. Exhale, step left foot to the outside of the left hand. Prepare yourself for Yogi Squat, Malasana. So elbows are on the inside of the knees. Hands are connecting at heart center. Push elbows into knees, knee into elbow. So that we don't dunk. We find that sense of lifting and opening. So lots of sensation. Try not tighten the face, keep the jaw relaxed, keep that space between the eyebrows nice and soft. Allow yourself to feel. You can also bring a book or a block to support you underneath your sit bones. Take one inhale here, and then gently lower the center of the forehead to meet the fingertips as we exhale. Breathe. Last inhale. Hands to the floor, exhale. Lift the hips, push them up as you breathe in. Toe heel the feet to touch on the breath out. Halfway lift, we're inhaling. Forward fold, we're exhaling. Take the arms nice and wide. Imagine yourself embracing everything. Rise up, reach up, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. So the sense of embracing. So when you have a disturbance or imbalance in the sacral chakra, you actually want to control everything. You don't really trust life in the way that it's unfolding. It results in overthinking and and just, I guess, stagnation. When you have a balance in your sacral chakra, you accept life as it is, and there is this sense of flow. Again, coming back to that idea of the water element, the idea of accepting all of life as it is happening. Nothing to run from, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. You're exactly where you need to be. You are right on time, and you have everything you need. Palms reach up, you're breathing in. I say fake it till you make it. Forward fold, brush the fingertips through the center, down center line body, breath out. So we're coming through to the other side, halfway lift, we're inhaling. Fold a little deeper if you can on the exhale. Right leg steps as far back as it can this time, that's the breath in. Right knee comes to the floor, that's the breath out. Lift the chest, lift the arms, inhale. So first we stack here, find our center, find our balance. And on the exhale, push left knee past left toes, coming into crescent. Inhale, find length, lift the chest. Exhale, send the shoulders and the head all the way back behind you. Hold here 4 breaths. In through the nose and out. Deep breath in through the nose and out. Where can you find length? That's the inhale. Where can you soften? Where are you holding? That's the exhale. Finding your personal edge. Take 1 more breath in. Please stay for the breath out. Back up through center. Realign, we stack, we inhale. Hands to the floor, we exhale. Push back, high plank. That's the breath in. 1 breath, 1 movement. Knees, chest, chin to the floor, or chaturanga if it's in your practice. Push up, there's cobra. Come up for air on the inhale. Downward facing dog, lift the hips, gaze to the toes or the belly button. Exhale, reboot station, reset station, recommit to your breath in and your breath out. Breath in and your breath out. Eyes to your hands, that's the breath in. Left foot steps forward, right foot spirals down, preparing ourselves for warrior 1, 2. So spiraling up, left fingertips are reaching forward, right fingertips are reaching back. Don't allow yourself to reach forward or reach back. Stay in the center. So don't allow yourself to be pulled forward with your future thoughts or what's happening in the future, or allow ourselves to be dragged back by our past, staying present and steady in what is happening in this moment, trusting that everything is happening for our greater good. Look past your left fingertips. Look in the direction that you are heading. Deep inhale. Exhale. Let's start to move. Front leg straightens, reach palms up. That's the breath in. Warrior 2, soften into the hips. That's the breath out. Front leg straightens, palms reach up. That's the inhale. Open, drop into the hips. That's the exhale. Last one. Inhale, we reach up, find length. Keep the length. Exhale, soften into the hips. Look past. So bend into the knees, warrior 2. Inhale, front leg straightens, palms reach up. Keep the front leg straight. Bend the front knee, keep the front leg straight, reach arms forward and look past that left hand. Next inhale, reach left fingertips past left toes for sitting up for triangle. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Left hand can be, so it's not about really how low that hand goes, it's more about staying as open as you can. Hips opening up to the side wall. Right leg straight, left leg straight. Right arm reaching up, left arm reaching up, massive pose. So are you. Take it up, fill it up with your breath in and your breath out. Don't be afraid to take up space, to express yourself, your emotions, your passions. 1 more, inhale. Bend that front leg, transition into side angle. So all the kind of standing poses are called, like I said, Vinyasa 2. It's the Vira. And I came across today, and Vira is this idea of warrior. Or another way to look at it is someone who is able to fully engage with life. So to Vira is to say yes to life and all its complexities. To Vira is to stand in your truth. 1 more inhale. Right hand comes down, left hand comes down. Inside of that left foot rotates, right toes to face forward. We've got 5 breaths in our lizard. Back kneecap is shining up towards the ceiling. Collarbone is reaching forward, not dunking into the back. Fingertips are pressing into the floor. Breath is in through the nose. Breath is out. Breath is in through the nose. Breath is out. We've got 1 more inhale here. back knee softens to the floor. And if you'd like, forearms as well soften into the floor as we take this pose a little deeper for 5 breaths. If the forearms are touching, actually, even if they're not, we tuck the chin in towards the chest. You can also start to come to the outer edge of that left foot if you'd like to find a little bit more opening into the hip. Allow the knee really to drop open. Top of the back foot for balance. If you like to work into the core, keep that foot flat. But if you're struggling with balance, you can curl the back toes onto the floor just for that extra support. You've got 2 more breaths. In and out. Full breath in. Full breath out. If you're brought that foot to the outer edge, bring that left sole of the foot flat, bring the palms onto the floor. So we all lift the palms. On our next inhale, left arm reaches up, right knee lifts up. We come into a twist. That sense of stacking behind us. Keep bending and lunging into that front knee. Yes, there it is. Allow the hips to drop deep into that sacral energy. Inhaling. Exhaling. So remembering we're now transitioning into that side plank. If your knee is coming down, placing the knee onto the floor. If it's not, coming onto the outer edge of the right foot and stepping left foot on top of right, or bending the knee and bringing the inside of the foot onto the inside of the thigh. Wherever you are, keep the hips lifted. If you can, look to the top hand. We've got 1 more inhale. If you're holding that foot, push left foot into hand, open the chest, inhale. Then left hand first comes down and we step that left foot back to the outside of the left hand. Don't dunk, lengthen collarbone forward, breath in. Right foot steps to the outside of right hand. You're in Malasana, Yogi Squat. Breathe. Hands at heart center, elbow into knee, knee into elbow. So you keep lengthening up. Inhale. Lower the center of the forehead to the fingertips. Exhale. So inviting in this element of surrender, of letting go. That water element, finding that path of least resistance. So unclench the jaw, no blockages. Unclench that space in between the eyebrows. Just scanning the body and where can you invite more movement and free flow of energy? Where are you holding? Can you let it go? Take your last breath in. Fingertips to the floor as you breathe out. With energy, lift the hips, push them up. Inhale. And walk the feet, toe heel them together, forward fold. Exhale. Keep moving, halfway lift, we're breathing in. Fold forward, we're breathing out. Swoop arms up, reach up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Movement is medicine. Halfway lift, we breathe in. Fold, we breathe out. Left leg steps back, we inhale. Knee to the floor, we exhale. Swoop up, crescent lunge, 1 breath in. Hands to the floor, 1 breath out. High plank, 1 breath in. Knees, chest, chin is your breath out to the floor. Come up for air, cobra, that's your inhale. Push back, downward facing dog, that's your exhale. Recover with the breath in and with the breath out. Look to your hands, inhale. Step your right foot forward, warrior 2, open up, exhale. Front leg straightens, palms reach up, breath in. Keep front leg straight, open the arms, look towards the right fingertips, breath out. Right fingertips reach past right toes, inhale, triangle, exhale. Breath in for triangle, side angle, bend into that knee, breath out. Inhale here. Reverse, bring your left hand onto your left thigh, reach right fingertips up and over, yes. Hold, don't dunk into the lower back, lift the chest, inhale, cartwheel, hands to the floor, exhale, step the back foot forward, half lift, breath in, top of the space, back foot, forward, halfway lift, breath in, fold, breath out, keep moving, swoop up, inhale, energy moving through the body, hands to heart center, exhale. Allow yourself to feel. This might be triggering. Feel it all. Palms reach up. Breath in. Forward fold. Surrender to it. Breath out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold and give yourself space. Exhale. This time, right leg is back as we breathe in. Right knee to the floor. Breath out. Reach up. Crescent lunge. You've got one breath in here. Hands to the floor. That's your breath out. Step back, high plank, inhale, strength and length. Knees, chest or chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, up dog, you're breathing in. Downward facing dog, sweep your house clean, breath out. Inhale, get what you need. Exhale, release what's not serving. Eyes to hands, you're breathing in. Left foot's taking the charge, steps forward, open yourself up. Warrior two. Vira, feel the power. Front leg straightens, palms reach up. Inhale. Just left arm forward, gaze past left fingertips. Exhale. Lift, reach, and lower. Triangle on the breath out. Triangle on the breath in. Left knee bends, side angle on the breath out. Hold. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse, right hand slides down, right leg, left fingertips reach up and over. That's your inhale. Hands cartwheel to the floor. That's the exhale. Step back foot to the front as you breathe in. Fold forward as you breathe out. Rise up, reach up, embracing all of life. Hands to heart center, exhale. 3 breaths, eyes closed. Feel what you feel. You're going to reach your palms out in front of you. Palms are facing down. So extending from the shoulders, palms are facing down. Come up onto your toes, tippy, tippy, tippy toes. And for a count of 10, start to bend into the knees, lowering down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, you should be halfway. 4, drop past halfway. 3, you're hovering. 2, just above the heels. 1, hold it up on your toes, breath in. Now hands onto your knees as you breathe out. Separate your knees, heels are together, inhale. Can you lower your hips to the floor? See if you cannot use your hands. So this is a sense of playing and creativity. Get there how you get there. Nice. We're going to stay in butterfly. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring your hands onto your ankles. Some more just face forward so they can see what it looks like. Hands are lightly placed on each ankle. Lift the chest, a sense of lengthening up. Eyes closed. Just be here for a moment with your breath in your body. So that idea again, do I love my body? Do I allow myself to feel and listen to my body? Do I allow myself to experience pleasure and sensation? Am I passionate about anything? How do I express my passion? Passion is the fuel of creative energy, and everything we create, be it a poem, a website, an Instagram handle, a meal, a budget, whatever we create, it all comes from our sacral chakra energy. And so, again, disturbances of, we think about infertility, it also can sometimes come back to that idea of our belief in ourselves to create and sustain our creations. It's something that I have struggled a lot with on my journey. If we think about it, conception or conceiving a child is a creative process in itself. So if we can start to look at the way we look at creation in other ways, it gives us a bit of a clue as to, yeah, where the blockages or the disturbances can be, or the root of it all. Take a deep inhale here. And we're transitioning into tortoise. So if you can, you're going to slide your feet forward, slightly away from the groin, or sit your hips back. Bring your arms to sit underneath the feet. If this is too much, just wrapping the hands around the knees and tucking the chin in towards chest. You're going to tuck the chin into the chest and gently slide hands out. So, yep, lift your knees up. And hands onto the outside of the knees as you draw the knees up into the chest. And then you rock your weight back. So we're coming back into that position we started class that's working into the core. So it's somewhat of a boat pose. So start to find that balance on your sit bones. Lift the knees up, arms in line, or reaching forward on either side of the legs. Take a breath in. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees butterfly open as you side back. So remember that we did some more sunflowers. So we're coming back onto our back. Just so that we can find the smoothness of the transition. Let's come up, draw the knees together, reaching on either side. So we come from here. So try not, Sandy, use momentum, but use your core when you're drawing yourself up, okay? So we inhale here, and then bring the feet together, knees butterfly open, relax, yeah. So coming onto our back, we're gonna come into a half happy baby. Bring your left sole of the foot flat onto the floor. So your knee is bent, left sole of the foot is on the floor, knee is bent, and then right knee coming into the chest, right hand grabs either the inside or outside sole of the foot. Reach your left fingertips away from the body. Away. No, away, not up. Yes, there it is. So if you've got generally open hip flexors, you might want to extend that left leg out in front of you. But if it feels too strenuous, please bring that knee back in. Feel what you feel. Your feelings are valid. Can you see your feelings as an intelligence or as a way of the body communicating with you? Resist the urge to drown anything out, to push past anything, to numb out. Push back on our societal conditioning. And create health for yourself. One more inhale. Swap on the exhale. So bring right sole of the foot to the floor, left knee in, and grab for the inside sole or outside sole of that left foot. And with happy baby, there's this imagination of the image you want to hold is one day, yep, that knee coming past that outer rib cage. And maybe connecting with the floor. One day is one day. Again, there's extension or a bent knee. No pushing, no ramming, no shoving. So the breath is a great way to know if we've pushed ourselves too far. If it starts to feel short or labored, come back to that place where you can breathe evenly, deeply, in and out your nose. Full happy baby. Draw that right leg in. Left leg. Keep the hold of the left leg. So we come into full happy baby. So a nice tip here to keep your base, the bottom of your tailbone onto the floor is to push your feet into your hands. So don't let the base of the tailbone curl up. Keep the knees bent. Zama, keep your legs, knees bent as much as possible. That's it. And push your feet into the floor so that your tailbone is not pushing up off the floor. Hands on either side of either edge of the knees. Draw the knees together. Bring the hands onto the knees or the shins. So pushing hands into the knees, and then just that thing, push the shins away, straighten the arms, so that sense of lengthening. And then draw it back in, bending into the elbows, compression. Again, inhale, lengthen. Push the knees into the hands. Exhale, hands push knees into chest. Bend the elbows. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. This time, wrap the arms around the shins. Draw the nose up to the knees. Make yourself as small as possible. Bring it in. Do I love my body? Do I allow myself to feel pleasure and sensation? Am I passionate about anything? How do I express that passion? Lowering your head to the floor. Right foot extends out to right corner of the mat. Left foot extends to left corner of the mat. We're in our final pose, Shavasana, palms gently down by the side. Wriggle your shoulder blades down the mat. Slight tuck of the chin in towards the chest. Do any final movements you may need so that you can then commit to stillness and receive the gifts of this thousands years old practice, and that's the gift of both silence and stillness. With nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. Allow yourself to completely soften, relax, and be present to this experience. Held up by Mother Earth. Whole body heavy. Whole body soft and relaxed. Here. Cast your ears out for the furthest sound that you can hear, welcoming the world back in. Run your tongue across the teeth. Invite sensation back in. Gently tap the fingers as you wriggle the toes, rolling the head from side to side. Invite movement back in. Nothing too sudden. When you're ready for more movement, roll through the ankles, roll through the wrists, starting to move into the extremities, the legs and the arms. And when you're ready to wake yourself fully up, take a full body stretch, reach fingertips all the way back behind you, point toes out in front of you. Gently draw one knee, followed by the next into your chest. Separate the knees, rock from side to side, release into the base of your spine. Allow the weight of your knees to rock you all the way over to the right side body. Right arm can be used as a pillow. Find your fetal position. I love this pose. It reminds us that our body can be a place of comfort and home, a place of safety. Gently bring yourself up, pushing if you need to, left hand into the floor. Try keep your eyes closed, or if you're opening, not fully open, just slightly open so that you can see enough to get yourself back into a cross-legged position, sitting tall with the hands gently placed on the knees, palms facing up. So the mantra for the Sacral Chakra is VAM, V-A-M. Let's chant this sacred sound together, just almost like a tune-up. 5 times. Bring your hand to sit on the base of your belly, so connecting with your sacral chakra and imagining here an orange ball of light. And we're going to take a breath in, a breath out, and to beginning to chant, we inhale. Vam. 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 Allow the vibrations to move through every cell of your body. Before bringing your hands together at the center of your chest, dropping your chin in towards your chest, head bows to the wisdom of the body that keeps our blood circulating, food digesting, wounds healing, a different kind of wisdom that alerts us to imbalances, that never stops striving, reaching, wanting the best, that shows up day after day. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Keep finding ways to take good care. You are precious. You are worth it. Take care. Thank you so much for joining us. Our next class is Wednesday, 2 p.m. Hatha. Cheers.